All right, so Matthew McConaughey might be running for governor of Texas against Greg Abbott. That's pretty crazy. I didn't think that Matthew McConaughey would ever run for or ever get into politics, but according to CNN Entertainment, Tucker Carlson also spoke about this a little bit earlier. I was watching some things that were talking about McConaughey potentially running for a gubernatorial spot in Texas, and I think it's the perfect time to do so because Greg Abbott is a little bit weak because of what happened during the Texas winter storms. People are really, really upset with Greg Abbott, and they are definitely upset with Ted Cruz, and they're definitely looking for some change. All right, so Matthew McConaughey says he is seriously considering a run for Texas governor. The true detective star, whose home state is Texas, says he is thinking it over, and it may be what he wants to do with the next chapter of his life. So Greg Abbott, man, you might want to be a little bit careful because Matthew McConaughey is popular. People like him, and people even on the right like him because he came out and he started speaking out against the left a little bit. And Tucker and several other people featured him right on their channel. So I want you to understand that Matthew McConaughey could actually become governor of freaking Texas. Because you can't tell me that you can't see Matthew McConaughey showing up on the Joe Rogan Experience pushing his freaking run for Texas governor. You again, fundraising is going to be easy for him. People know who he is. He's a household name. Greg Abbott is nowhere near as popular as Matthew McConaughey. And on top of that, the biggest bow in McConaughey's quiver is that women like him, especially white women. They like him a lot. They think he's the ideal sexy man. No matter how old Matthew McConaughey gets, he is still a sex symbol. Greg Abbott is in the middle of a freaking scandal with the Texas winter storm thing. If relaxing restrictions for COVID, if that results in a freaking spike in cases, that in combination with McConaughey's clear popularity, his sex appeal with those voting white women, and the regular Joe appeal that he has with white men, I'm going to tell you, Greg Abbott, you might be in some serious trouble, yo. Serious trouble. On a recent episode of Crime Stoppers of Houston's The Balanced Voice podcast, McConaughey told host Rania Mankiewicz that running for governor is a true consideration. I'm looking into it now again. Where is my leadership role? He said, because I do think I have some things to teach and share. And what is my role? What's my category in my next chapter of life that I'm going into? Texas Governor Greg Abbott is up for re-election next year. Wow. So Greg Abbott, man, I will start worrying. Back in November, McConaughey was asked the same thing on the Hugh Hewitt show and said, I don't know. I mean, that wouldn't be up to me. It would be up to the people more than it would be up to me. Look, politics seems to be a broken business to me right now. And when politics redefines its purpose, I could be a hell of a lot more interested, he added. So Matthew McConaughey, he's talking about running against Greg Abbott. And I got to tell you, man, I don't think Greg Abbott can beat Matthew McConaughey's popularity. I think that Greg Abbott might be in some serious trouble because, again, you had people in Texas who are trying to double down on the whole thing with the whole Texas winter storm thing. You even had Joe Rogan come out and say, "Oh, trying to like defend, Ted fucking Cruz," and you got Trump and Greg Abbott blaming their windmills. I'm gonna tell you that has left a really, really bad impression with a lot of Texans, and the popularity with Greg Abbott has been slipping. And if offered an alternative, I think Texas might pick Matthew McConaughey because, given the fact that Donald Trump, won in 2016, it definitely shows that celebrities can win. And if any celebrity can definitely win, it is somebody who is as well liked and as well loved by the left and the right. You know, even centrists like this guy. He has an appeal that can't go away. You know, you know, when you think about most Hollywood celebrities, Matthew McConaughey can't be canceled because too many women like him. So Greg Abbott, I would worry. Oh my God, I would worry.